Welcome to our Sacred Symmetry series.
Great to be here. Now, just a quick note for anyone maybe jumping in here, if terms like chiastic structures, those literary mirror patterns.
Where ideas reflect around a central point.
Exactly. Or our cross-validation methodology. If those are new, we really do recommend checking out episodes 1 and 2 first. They set the stage.
Last time, we really got into those strong confidence patterns, especially the ones around visions and revelation.
Right. Those are powerful.
They were. Today, we're shifting gears a bit, looking at something equally profound. God stepping in when human efforts just aren't cutting it.
The divine intervention theme. Yeah.
Exactly. We've got 3 proposed chiastic patterns we want to unpack, patterns that seem to highlight how divine power makes the impossible possible.
And what's really compelling, I think, is a cross-validation. These aren't just from one angle. We use multiple methods, including some of the AI tools we've talked about before.
Right, which gives us pretty strong confidence these aren't accidental. They feel intentional.
Let's get into the first one then. The brass plates mission. That's 1 Nephi chapters 3 through 5.
That's the one. And it's such a clear example of human failure setting the stage.
They really try everything they can think of, don't they?
They do. First, Laman tries his luck, literally, casting lots. That's chapter 3, verses 11 through 13.
Fails.
Completely. Then they think, okay, leverage. Let's use dad's wealth. Chapter 3, verses 22 through 26.
And that backfires even worse.
Yeah.
They lose the riches and almost their lives.
Right. So you have these escalating failures. The structure captures that.
So if those failures are the outer layers, what's the dead center, the pivot point?
It's that really intense moment, Laban's death. That's 1 Nephi chapter 4, verses 4 through 18.
Okay.
It's the ultimate intervention because nothing else worked. No negotiation, no wealth, no force on their part could get those plates.
And the symmetry works because that single event.
It unlocks everything else. Zorm's conversion, which is chapter 4, verses 30 through 37, and then the mission's ultimate success reported in chapter 5, it all flows from that center.
Wow, okay, so intervention overcoming financial and, forceful failure. What about the next one, the broken bow?
Yeah, 1 Nephi chapter 16, verses 18 through 32. This shifts to like a survival crisis.
Their key tool breaks.
Exactly. Nephi's steel bow snaps. And immediately you get fear, anger, suffering, murmuring. The whole family spirals. Verses 18 to 22 capture that.
Their way of getting food is just gone.
Right. But Nephi doesn't join the complaining. He acts, makes a wooden bow, verse 23.
And then he does something crucial.
He humbly asks his father, Lehi, where to go, also verse 23.
And that leads to the center.
That's it. The center is the divine communication through the Liahona, verses 26 through 29. God provides direction because their normal means, the steel bow, had failed.
So the Liahona isn't just a tool, it's the structural pivot here.
Absolutely. And look at the mirror. Faithful obedience, verse 30, leads directly to successful hunting, verse 31, and then family gratitude and humility in verse 32.
It perfectly balances the initial anger and crisis.
Spot on. The Liahona connects their survival directly to their faith and obedience.
Okay, pattern 3, ship construction. This feels even bigger. 1 Nephi chapters 17 and 18.
It is. The conflict isn't just a broken tool, it's this huge, seemingly impossible command from God. Build a ship. Chapter 17, verses 1 through 8.
Met with immediate disbelief and mockery from the brothers.
Total disbelief, verses 9 through 22. They just can't fathom it. Nephi tries reasoning, reminding them of the Exodus, but
logic isn't cutting it.
Not at all. So the intervention has to be different. The center here is powerful. It's the divine power demonstration.
Where Nephi confronts them.
Yes, 1 Nephi chapter 17, verses 48 through 55. He's filled with God's power, and the Lord literally shakes to the brothers. It's physical, undeniable.
Whoa, so the argument leads up to it, but the shaking is the center.
That's the structural pour, because it forces the change. It compels belief, or at least compliance, where words failed.
And the mirroring element is?
Their fear, their repentance, however temporary and crucially, their cooperation in actually building the ship. That's chapter 18, verses 1 through 6.
Okay, I see it. The shock forces the action that completes the command.
Exactly. The intervention breaks the stalemate.
So, Laban's death, the Liahona, the brothers being shaken, if you put these 3 proposed patterns together.
The consistent theme, confirmed by that cross-validation we mentioned, is clear. God provides the power, the means, the way forward, precisely when human ability hits a wall.
When the task looks impossible by ordinary standards.
That seems to be the pattern. It enables obedience, showing God will provide what's needed, sometimes in really unexpected ways.
Fascinating. So next time, episode 5, we're going to look at some AI discoveries.
Yeah.
And tie all these centers together.
Yeah, we'll synthesize how preparation, revelation, and now this intervention theme might form a bigger picture of how God works with us.
Okay, can't wait. But before we go, the homework.
Right. So there's another way to look at that Laban story. Donald W. Perry analyzed 1 Nephi chapter 4, just verses 1 through 18.
Focusing just on the event itself.
Exactly. And he proposed a different center. The phrase, "It is better that one man should perish than that a nation should dwindle and perish in unbelief."
Interesting. So the center is the moral justification given by the Spirit.
That's his reading. So the thought for you is, if you find that pattern, what might it suggest about how the Spirit structures moral reasoning, especially when something difficult like divine intervention involving life and death is required?
That's a deep one. Lots to think about there.
Definitely something powerful to mull over until our next deep dive.